What it is that we deliver will be determined by what zone we're operating out of. The panic zone, the awareness zone, or the power zone. All right. So here's a couple of questions that we need to be considering. In order to grow in self-awareness, all self-awareness begins with us reflecting, right? Now, reflecting isn't us thinking. Reflecting is very different from thinking. And when we think about things, we can sometimes get lost in thought. We can think the worst, assume the worst. Considering and reflecting is where we kind of more look to see what's true. We ask questions in response to understanding ourselves, such as at any given moment in time, today, as you're taking this course right now, what do you stand for? What do you want? When you're interacting with a person, say for example, you're getting emotionally rubbed up the wrong way. You may be getting yourself a little bit emotional or something like this. Okay, so what do you stand for here? Do you stand for emotional inconsistency? Do you stand for maturity? Do you stand for power zone? Do you stand for personal responsibility? Do you stand for mental illness? Do you stand for diseases, disorders? What do you stand for? But more importantly, what do you want? What do you want? Right? What are your priorities? Right now in this given moment, are your priorities right now being right, being wrong, beating yourself up, growing, developing, maintaining connection with this person, disconnecting from this person? Because everything that you say or don't say is choosing one of those outcomes. Like at all times in every single relationship, we're either connecting with a person, we're choosing to connect, or we're disconnecting. All right? I think I mentioned a few videos ago, it's really wise to take time to understand people. Alternatively, if we don't want to just understand people, just agree with them or disagree with them and tell them that they're right or wrong. This is, honestly, it's one of the most undermining things that people do, and it's so common throughout the entirety of our global society. I disagree with you because your idea, what you just shared, doesn't fit my own personal narrative. Therefore, I want to cancel you out. I'm going to apply a little bit of cancel culture here, right? Because I don't agree with you, because I think something different. And when we're not interested in understanding people, that's us disconnecting. If we're disagreeing with people, we're disconnecting. But what are we here for? What do we want? We want healthy connection. Now, some people might think they're connected through disconnection. Some people enjoy debating, thinking that a debate is kind of a healthy conversation. There's nothing healthy about a debate. Debate is completely dishonouring. All right? Dialogue is honouring, where two people listen to, understand each other. What's debate? Debate is where two people compete with each other to try and outperform each other. Ultimately, when did a debate ever end in agreement? All right? Very, very rarely. It may happen sometimes, but it's very rare. But dialogue doesn't need to lead towards agreement or disagreement. Dialogue can lead towards two parties having more understanding of each other or understanding of themselves. I mean, if you're listening to what I'm saying right now, I'm sharing with you what I've come to understand. And as I do this, there's a pretty good chance that you grow to understand yourself a little bit better. This is just how life works. Life doesn't have to be complex. Life never needed to be complicated. I know there's a lot of psychobabble textbooks out there and self-help books that are confusing to understand. All right? I like to simplify things because I'm a relatively simple man. So as I reflect, what can I concretely offer? Well, I've just shared with you and demonstrated all that I can offer. All that I can offer is what I understand. I can't offer any more than what I do understand. I might give an opinion based upon my knowledge. I could be standing here before you today just talking nonsense from a really dry PowerPoint or a slide reading off a board, which is what many educators do today. But what I'm saying is, as I stand before you today, what I want to enlighten you. It's teachers' job to share ideas. It's teachers' job to teach. I want you to learn, and I want to create an environment in which you can learn most effectively. That's what I want. What are my priorities? Being real, being sincere, being integral. I want to communicate in a way and deliver to generate the best possible outcomes, which is you essentially growing in realization and becoming a more self-aware and powerful person so that you can get yourself out there and make a positive difference in the world. becomes part of my life legacy. There we go. That's what I want. That's my priority. So what can I offer? Me. I can't offer anything else other than me. And in the same way, all that you can offer is you. You can't offer any more or any less than you, unless you choose to. So, as we reflect, we understand ourselves, and then we prepare ourselves to deliver. We prepare ourselves to deliver. And we ask ourselves some questions when interacting with other people, regardless of how we feel. Emotions aside, master your emotions and revolutionize your social skills. All right, revolutionize your social skills. Right, so in consideration of your social skills, as you prepare to interact with someone, will you be authentic here? Will you be congruent here? Will you tolerate falsehood here from yourself or from this other person? What will you actually tolerate from others? If a person communicates or addresses you in a really undermining undertone, is that okay? And if so, why? What are your standards? What are your priorities? Let's go back here again. What do you stand for? This is all we're doing as we're self-reflecting. We're asking ourselves questions. Right? Rather than focusing on how we feel, ask ourselves questions. Will I be authentic here? No, that's not okay with me. No, you can't speak to me like that. That's not all right. Listen, unless this conversation becomes a bit more honouring, i.e. unless you actually start listening to me and this becomes a dialogue, I'm tapping out. I'm taking some time out and going for tea and stuff. All right? What will you tolerate from others? You have the final say in the matter. Are you in the panic zone? Are you in the awareness zone? Because this is kind of all about nurturing the awareness zone, so that when you get out there and deliver, you can deliver in this panic. No, don't deliver the panic zone. In the power zone. All right, the power zone. You deliver from the power zone. And again, you ask yourself more questions. Will I listen beyond bias here? What is my relational style? Am I easygoing? Am I carefree? Am I really rigid? Am I uptight? Am I frustrated today? How do I want to relate to other people? In an authentic way, in a real way, in a genuine way? Here's an interesting question for you. See, when you're communicating with people, how real are you? How real are you? See, when you're connecting in various kind of social environments, maybe in your workplace, is what other people experience in you the real you or the superimposed you? Just a little question for you to ponder there. What does meaningful connection actually look like? Teachers here to teach, but learners here to learn. All right, so I'm here not just to give you all the easy answers, but I'm here to get you to engage with your own mind. All right, to help you strengthen your mind, because the stronger that you become in your thinking, in your mind, you're not going to have a problem then just bypassing your emotions, so that when you get out there and deliver relationally, conversationally, your focus is in a significantly more useful place. Will I listen beyond bias? Will I be the best version of me that I can be for this person? Will I allow my prejudices, my likes, my dislikes to get in the way of me understanding this person and turning up and being powerful?